This is the Money Radio Network.
Welcome to Marketing Money Mindset, where we bring you interesting true stories on how clever marketing ideas create money opportunities with a conscious mindset, producing impact and success. Together with marketing lover Lisa Sparks Lane from the Ellen Sparks Agency, the Man from Mars business and life coach Brian Wood, and health and athletic performance expert Jen Graffis from Q Life share their experiences on how success is so much more than creating cash flow. True success comes when you nurture your business, body, and brain in order to get the most out of your business and in life. Join the Triple M team on our journey to success. Ready, set, listen.
Good morning, Jen. How are you?
I am excellent. How are you, Miss Lisa?
I'm good. Brian, how have you been? How is your week going?
All good. It's a great week. No complaints.
So I want to thank Brian. I know Jen couldn't come, but we had the Entrepreneur Money Club, and Dr. Corey was there. Hi, Dr. Corey. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
I wasn't here the first time you were here, so I want to thank you for making it possible. And it looks like you're in your scrub still, so you're going back to...
I did, yeah. I ran over. Yeah, back to work.
Yeah, and you've got a grand opening coming up, right?
Yeah, on the 18th. Yeah.
18th of January.
Yeah,
Okay,
at 5
cool.
o'clock. Yeah,
Excellent.
you guys are all invited. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so you have an interesting, specific reason to help people, and it's around pain.
Yes. Yeah.
And you dealt with some.
I did.
I know I've dealt with some, which is how we got connected.
Right.
And mine was really regarding my back. And today on the show we have the owner of MultiTable, who, Drew, you want to come over and say hi?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, you created something that actually is helping people with back issues and as well as health. And we thought having you both on the show today would probably be a benefit for people. And tell us a little bit why you created what you did.
Well, it was actually a little over 7 years ago. I'm actually originally from Holland, and it's height adjustable desks have been the norm there for the last 10 years. And I moved here in '97, and in 2005, I was looking for height adjustable desks and started thinking to start manufacturing them ourselves.
How did you hear about it?
Because overseas, it's the norm.
Oh, really? We're always behind.
Well, not always.
Cool. And what did you find?
Well, it was actually it was very difficult to find here in the States. So we went to the drawing board and came up with a unique design that we with a little trial and error brought to production, and the rest is history. We sell most of our product e-commerce online. We sell to consumers, like individuals, and we sell to businesses. And yeah.
So go ahead. The
I have a
subject today is
question.
pain, but I know you've got something to say.
So, emotional pain. My New York football Giants got knocked out of the playoffs in the first round. What can you do to help me out with that kind of emotional pain?
I don't know. Buy a
Is
table.
that offline? Are we
Buy a
still-
table.
Buy a table.
Do they make them this tall?
Yes.
Brian,
Yes,
yeah?
yes, we actually do. We also have we have monitor arms also. So basically, the table is at a certain height, and then you have the monitor, so you're standing completely straight.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Now, Jen, they can
Well,
actually put them on a treadmill now.
They have started to. I was actually going to ask because I know stand-up tables have been kind of, did it start with like people that were interested in health and wellness initially? Because I know the first time I heard of it was like a health and wellness company. Then they were like, hey, we stand up all day long. And this was probably 6 or 7 years ago.
It was probably more like the dusty word ergonomic. So basically, there was a ergonomic need. So I always like to say that we kind of took it away from there and made it more like a real common product. And so over the last 5 years, that has happened.
Yeah. Because a good friend of mine, he constructed it. Well, he kind of made one or bought one and then put it on top of his treadmill.
Yep.
So he would do his conference calls from his treadmill on his table, working on his laptop. And
Is that safe?
Well,
Yeah.
he was
We've-
he was burning calories
complaints.
and was not complaining about back pain while doing so. So
Right,
yeah,
right,
I
right.
think so.
Couch. Do you have anything that connects to a couch or no?
No, we're
Am
gonna-
I offline again? All right, I'm sorry.
I think you lost. I think
Okay.
Dr.
Yeah.
Corey's leaving now.
I think that's called a
Don't have a sense
sofa.
of humor.
Sofa.
So, what is the health benefit coming from that health arena? Like, is there really something that you can say you've seen a difference for people?
Yes,
I
there's
have one now.
There's so many. I mean, if you really break it down, the simplest unit in the body is a cell, right? And our cell has DNA, and DNA replicates and creates new cells, and that needs to occur in order for us to live. And one thing that standing does do, and especially getting a standing desk, is if you sit for more than 45 minutes consistently during the day, that'll actually shorten your DNA, okay? And so our DNA has ends. They're called telomeres, not to get all fancy. And every time your cell divides, your telomeres shorten, okay? And so if you're sitting consistently, those telomeres are going to shorten faster and faster and faster. And I'm not saying it's going to take maybe 10 years off your life, but it's definitely going to be affecting it. So at a cellular level, just standing, more than a couple hours a day, or at least not allowing yourself to sit for more than 45 minutes a day, is going to affect you.
And that has changed dramatically over the years. That's what people do now. There's a lot more of that inactivity, so that certainly makes a ton of sense.
Oh, yeah. And then one thing that I would turn your listeners on to is there's something called incline bed therapy, okay? And so it's a way where you can actually incline your bed to allow gravity to work on you. And so it's very similar to what we're talking about as far as having a raised desk or table, is because you're standing. You're allowing gravity to work on you, and that allows your heart to pump your blood and circulate it. And when that's not happening, you end up with, blood stasis or congestion, and that causes a lot of pain. So a lot of people that have back pain.
I think Drew's going to start another business.
I'm learning something.
Yeah. A lot of people that have back pain, a big reason behind it is not necessarily structural. Like, you don't have a disc herniation or arthritis. Really what it is you're sitting so much,
Right.
the blood actually pools in that area, down by your glutes, your lower back, and your back muscles are actually the biggest muscles in your body, okay? So when you have that stagnation, it's going to be pooling in that biggest area.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's all across the board. So there's structural, cellular, and physiological changes that you get from, standing and allowing gravity to act on you. Yeah, it's huge, huge.
I always do like to emphasize that they are height adjustable, because if sometimes
I'm pretty tall, so I need that. Yeah.
Often people will have the idea that a standing desk is only a standing desk, so that you have to stand the whole day. And that's the nice thing about like a fully height adjustable desk, is that you can bring it down to whatever height you want. You sit a few hours a day, you stand a few hours a day, you move. You just stay moving up and down instead of just standing the whole day, because of course that's probably not that realistic for most people.
Well, I like to stay playful, so I play a lot of games. But what I did was with my table, I added one of those giant balls, the workout ball.
Yep.
So that sits around.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say
That
that.
hangs
Then
out.
if you sit
Yeah.
on a gymnic
For-
ball while you're working on your table, then
Great for
there you
core
go.
strength.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, absolutely.
So it's keeping me active. Brian, you got something there? Oh, I saw your hand go up. I'm like, you're
I'm
interested
just
in getting
still-
one of these, right?
I'm still hopped up on the 4 cups of coffee that I've had, so I can't be held accountable for any
It's funny.
performance issues.
So what's next? I know this is a family business, right? So is there the bed coming next, or is there something next that we should look out for?
Well, we're always looking ahead, and so right now we have a brand new model that we're actually introducing in about 6 weeks. We worked on that one for the last year and a half, and there are a lot of added benefits to it. Goes higher, goes lower. It's even more stable than the older model that we had. That one really is truly for the office environment that you'll work at like 5 days a week, 10 hours a day. We also have something that we've been doing probably for the last year, and that, again, it was a necessity. We noticed that companies that the boss, the managers, they might be looking at our desks for their employees, but they have really nice furniture themselves. And not that our desks aren't nice, but They want something a little bit different and special. So we go in and we convert their existing current furniture to become height adjustable.
A great idea.
And so you don't see it.
Is that cost effective?
It is for the more expensive furniture.
Wow. And you're also doing some good things around the community, too. We can talk about that right after we come back from the break. But, so, one question, though. Botanical Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of the projects you have coming up? And
Yes.
do they have the tables yet?
No, we're actually building them right now.
Great.
There's some custom things that we're doing to them.
Great. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it actually increases your brain's ability to accept blood and oxygen. Yeah, a lot of athletes have been doing it lately. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like that. Hey, I was going to say too, because it's so fascinating all that you were talking about with the telomeres, and just on our last show we were talking about successful in businesses and being more productive, and the newer companies now are starting to set policies. I know they do it over in Europe a lot, but set policies where literally at 50 on the hour, a bell rings and everybody has to get up and walk around and move around. And it was interesting because you said about 45 minutes right before you should get up, and I don't know if they did the science behind that, but interesting because there's a whole nother set of benefits, not just for the mindfulness of getting up and being able to be more productive, but also from a physical perspective as well. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's all about body awareness, really. And I mean I've been guilty of working at my desk and then looking up and it's 6 hours later. It's the American way, I think, and us getting out of that routine and breaking it up definitely enhances our productivity. And I find for myself, when I actually go out and do these radio talk shows or volunteer or do something else other than my doctoring improves, right?
Yeah, so
walk with the doc. That's right.
I saw that.
Yeah, you do an Instagram.
I know,
You
I
actually
love
take a
it.
walk with you.
I know,
You don't think we're watching,
this
but we
old
are.
man's getting fancy.
I know, I love it.
I know.
That's great. So do you do some walks, and how's the team around the multi-table?
Very close.
You've got
We've,
some fun Instagrams too. Today you had an old man dancing, throwing his cane, and he's like having a ball.
We have a really, really fun group of people, and I want to say pretty much everyone that is we've been around for 7 years, and at least 4 of the 14 people have been around for 7 years. So that's how far back it goes, and we're just very close, and everybody believes in the message, and we've all drunk the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So I have to ask a question too. Four of the 14 or however many have been there with you for that many years. What would you attribute there? I mean, that's a big thing to be an employer and have people with you for a long time. I used to pride myself on that when I worked in the athletic club business, where people would stay with you and have that loyalty to you. What do you think that is from?
It's a combination of things. It's we basically we offer benefits that we don't have to, but I just feel that is a business's responsibility if you can afford it, and so that there's just a lot of things. But there's also the social aspect where 2 times a week, at least 1 time a week, we'll order in lunch, but it's always something different. I know for a fact that everybody right now loves Thai and Indian food, and for almost everybody it never happened before they were working for MultiTable. So it just kind of expanding the horizon a little bit for everybody. But it's just good people. We treat people right. They treat us right. It's a win-win. It's a give and take.
That's great.
Do you bring any yoga into? We had Michelle James a week ago. She actually goes to corporations and does yoga.
Lunchtime yoga.
Yeah, lunchtime yoga. We thought that was fascinating.
Maybe
Who
with
does
Indian
that?
food, right?
I know that's going to come up when I get back to the office later on.
Sorry. I know some of the people that work there, so I'm looking out. So wait, tell me a little bit more about the Botanical Gardens and how that all got connected. It's one of my favorite places. I love the butterfly exhibit.
It is absolutely beautiful, and it's so peaceful. So it basically started with they called us and they wanted to buy some tables, and then
how did they find you? Before you go too far into that story, how did they find you? Because that was an interesting way that you promote this business. It's a lot of viral.
It is, and it could have been through a Facebook post. I'm drawing a blank a bit, but we market through PPC campaigns through Google. We do a tremendous amount of SEO articles. We do a lot of Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I mean, we basically use, I don't want to say every single tool that's out there, but many of them. But we don't blanket. It's fun. It's good information. It's quality stuff. We don't just write something that basically is useless. And so they wound up. They came to us, and they didn't even know that we were in Phoenix. They found us online, contacted us, then because they called the 800 number, and then we're like, wait, Botanical Gardens, you guys are like 5 miles from us. And so when I heard what they were doing, that's when we decided to donate the tables instead of them buying them, because that's just a lot. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that the Botanical Gardens have been around for so long, and they're doing so many amazing things. And when we got the tour, then it was even more special because they're doing all sorts of DNA research on like old plants and old desert dwelling animals. It's fascinating. So we do what we can.
So when we go visit, we can actually find your table there now?
Yeah, there's not yet. A few weeks from now.
Okay,
yeah, about a month from now, they're going to have the grand opening, and I think there's 6 or 8 tables that we customized for them. They wanted a few little extra things, so we.
So you can tailor it color-wise, height for Brian.
Well, yeah,
Or me.
we can, but there's a standard that we have in stock that we basically just have ready to ship, flat packed, ready to go. It's UPS proof. Order it before noon today, and it ships by this afternoon at 3. And it ships wherever in the world, but most of our business is the U.S.
But I'm sure you're not going to say no if Bryce, who's going to be on the show a little later today, and fascinating individual, also he's probably going to want the gold one. I'm going to have that feeling in mind.
With diamonds.
We've done chrome. We have made chrome tables. We've actually for a sports team, we did their colors, so we literally just made them for them. But of course,
the logo on there.
We can machine or laser cut the logo into the tabletop, or because we also make tabletops. So,
Dr. Corey wants one.
I'm nodding right now.
Yeah, he wants the logo one.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, what's been the most effective and least effective marketing approach that you've taken?
Well, it's changed a lot. So where 5 years ago when we started, even though at trade shows we would have people literally walk up to us and look at us like we had 2 heads, and they're like, "What? Why would I want to stand?" The mentality has changed, but the good thing about 5 years ago was basically that when someone was looking for a height adjustable desk, they would just wind up with us because there weren't that many out there. So now we have to be smarter with how we market. And so that's kind of where I was going just now, is like the quality of our blog posts, our Facebook posts, our social, how we use our social media is at least as high, if not higher, than everyone else out there, and it shows. And then on top of it all, because we've been around for so long and we have just a tremendous amount of happy customers that have done a really good job with giving us amazing reviews, people look at them. I mean, if you have 200 or 150 5-star reviews on Amazon and they go back 5 years, no one else has that. So that helps. But have to work really hard with keeping it that way.
Right.
Sounds like also with how you treat your employees, the same thing goes for your customers. So it's about a relationship building, right? And
It is.
And that's how we continue to grow our businesses, is one relationship at a time.
Absolutely.
Well, and I think it's about interrupting the norm too. Like most people are just satisfied with the table. Like you took it another level, but that's how we have stoves now. We have cars. We have, interrupting life as it is, and just develop something that's even better than it was before, or just more accommodating.
So we were Dr. O and I were just discussing a software application where he said that sometimes he has patients that he'll prescribe a table to, and they'll go out and buy one, but then next month when he sees them again, they've never used it. So he was asking me if we could implement something where it would either be a reminder, or who knows, could it interlink with a Fitbit, anything like that.
Little shocks.
No, actually, I made it.
I need that one.
No, then it just automatically raises every 45 minutes. It goes up.
Oh, so you got to join it, or you got
You have to.
You're gonna end up on the floor. I like that. So I'm one of those clients, and I now have a multi-table, and I am so happy. And
Good.
I really appreciate you also are our sponsor, and we'll be right back. We're going to talk to Bryce next and learn if he has one yet.